Hello, friends. My name is Dr. Chris Motley. I'm the host of the Ancient Health Podcast, and today I have a very dear friend of mine, Dr. Howard Cohn of the Cohn Institute down in California, South California. He has created one of the biggest and most profound clinics that utilizes alternative health, functional health, kinesiology, muscle testing, acupuncture. When you're talking about alternative medicine that has changed many people's lives, I'm going to tell you Dr. Howard Cohn has put his lumps in. He's a man that's been in the trenches. He's a guy that's been doing all the talks over the years, right, Doc? And I want to say I'm so glad I consider you a friend, and that we're going to talk today about some nutrition. How are you today, my friend?
This is awesome. I mean, nothing's better than, we both have done a lot of podcasts, summits, interviews, and nothing's better than sitting down with a friend and chatting about things that we're so passionate about and love to learn about and share. So, and I appreciate you doing this because this is super fun because I'm usually on the other end. So this is great.
I'm so, first of all, I'm just saying, when Dr. Howard had allowed me to come on the BioStacking Summit, it was a fantastic, not just an idea, but a movement. And we're seeing that. I knew in my heart of hearts that you're going to get even like bigger names coming in, and you're seeing it. But one of the things I think that people out there want to hear, and I do too, is this new movement within the Institute, within the BioStacking Summit, are going about your products and your supplements, because you have endless knowledge about supplements, the integrity, the purity, how to manufacture it. So I wanted to dive in with you.
Sure.
And I wanted to talk about that part of your practice. Would that be okay?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I got a few questions here.
Okay.
But
Go for it.
first thing I wanted to ask you was, nutrition's been a very big part of your practice. And I wanted to ask you, how do you navigate that arena? Because there are so many supplements out there in the market. How did you corner it for you?
Well, I mean, at this point, it's become a addictive hobby. Just checking out, looking at, seeing every aspect of how a nutritional product is made, why it's made, and what its purpose is. And the waters are muddied. There's a lot of people from every mode of social media excited about a product. Probably the majority of them are just what we call Me Too products, where somebody made something, did something, maybe somebody improved upon it, but most of the time somebody else tried to come up with a different marketing or sales edge, and they're blasting it out through a funnel somewhere, and that's what people hear and see. I mean, in our clinic at the Cohn Health Institute, we have thousands of different nutritional products from hundreds of different companies, not because I like inventory, but because, we always want to have exactly what somebody need when they came in here real time that day to really fill the gap between what they're getting in their diet, what they're supposed to be getting, and what helps marshal them back to health. I mean, there's a physical side of their physical, neurological side of their health. There's the mental, emotional side we've talked about a lot. Biochemically, nutritionally, we can tell people forever what to do and what to eat, and not everybody's going to do it. So our philosophy has always been, if you do the crime, you got to do the time. So the first 10 years of my life, I was beating the drum of, you got to get off that gluten, the dairy, the seed oils, all the different things. And people are like, yeah, you're no fun. So, so they came for all the other things, but they still ate their pizza, right? And had their beer. So I realized, I go, I got to help these guys out because I'm also one of them. You and I have known to go out, eat a great meal, eat some stuff that, is just so well prepared, even though we knew it had some stuff in it that we wouldn't necessarily recommend to our patients. But we were in the moment, we did it. But we have these certain, what we call nutritional biohacks, nutritional stacks that we do. So when we do these things, have a cocktail, drink that specific coffee that wasn't the, no mold coffee that we're used to, that when we're at home or whatever it is, that we had something we can take or do to really modulate that in the moment. So the negative side of it, let's say, doesn't stick in the same way. So that's really what kind of birthed the movement. And then in the clinic, we say, if you're not testing, you're guessing. So as you know, whether you're muscle testing, resonating, you're using some kind of electrodermal diagnostic, whether it's, a Zyto or something like that, or, AO scan, or you're doing, traditional lab testing, blood testing, saliva testing, stool analysis to really arrive at what to take when for what person. It's not just figuring out what to do, it's what to do in what order and what to do with other things, because other nutritional products biostack and amplify the effect of others, and others interfere. So as you know, nothing's more on it like that than traditional Chinese medicine and the selective use of herbs like a sniper to really create a result.
That's right. When you had that sniper effect, being able to test and to find out which things are specifically needed for each person's bio individuality, I think that's one thing that I really appreciate about how your institute and how your clinic has been known for. And one of the things I have wondered though is that over the years I didn't know you very long ago, but I knew we'd be kindred spirits because you were known because you had formulated different nutritional supplements. You were basically, I remember they say that globally you were teaching classes and teaching and doing things like in South Korea, like I'm half Korean, and you were doing things all around the world. So you were doing so many great things with companies. But what made you jump into the product formulation? Like now it's like we're going to go into this because you're so well sought after. But what kind of gave you that push to jump into it right now?
Well, I mean, the world did not need one more supplement company, that's for sure. But what they needed was something that was real, that was simple, easy, cost effective, and palatable. Meaning, like, in my world, the healthier in yours as well, the healthier the product is, the worse tasting it is. And if you find a way to actually make it good enough so a child would use it, we could change the trajectory of human health for the next 50 to 75 years if we can adopt a generation and not have to just give them gummies to get them to take a watered down supplement, but actually give them something that's really good and make it taste good and make the education fun. And so that
Yes.
was really the mission that got it started in 2011. We started a company, took it around the world. We had offices in 7 countries. I was blessed to be able to be on stage in front of 15,000 people in Korea and, in multiple different places, tours of Australia, New Zealand, Europe, different things, South America, Philippines, and on and on. And then, that company was acquired by another company, and I developed more products for that company. Took that one around the world, had some really exciting, moving times with affecting people because there's a lot of magic that happens in the 4 walls of the Cohn Health Institute.
Mm-hmm.
And we end up doing is no matter how many doctors we get and train and hire that to do the kind of work that we do, we've fortunately again blessed to have just this great waiting list of people to get in. But we need to figure out a way to actually increase that footprint. Nutrition was just an easy, simple way to do it. And then there were a lot of people out there, what we call phoning it in, meaning they were just like private labeling products, telling a different or better story. And there was really just no core stuff. Like nutrition gets really allopathic really fast, especially functional medicine.
Mm-hmm.
So this product for this product for that, this product for this, you see it all the time because you're looking at more foundational things with people's health when you do traditional Chinese medicine. But functional medicine is really not. It's just really a nicer, less damaging way to do medicine if we want to look in the mirror and look at it. So there are foundational things that people are missing. It's like everybody wants to learn a new martial art, but if you don't do kata every day and really, do the wax on, wax off thing and train yourself, when it comes time to actually react, you're too slow and it's over for you. So nutrition's really the same way. Health is the same way. We need to actually have this foundation. So for me, what I saw what moved the chains the most was plant-based alkaline nutrition powered by molecular hydrogen. That was the sweet spot that I saw. And people are awakening to these things. And so what happens is people trip on a certain thing. So if I'm a carnivore person, I see the word plant-based and I run for the hills. That's really not what the conversation's about. The conversation is that these kinds of things that you can make for people, you can make so clean and so healthy where they're organic and gluten-free and dairy-free and soy-free and nut-free and nightshade-free and all these different things, sugar-free. And that's what we wanted all our products to be. And that's what we're able to do. And now moving forward to having Cohn Nutrition, now I'm in 100% control of it. So now I can make sure we can take it to the umpteenth level. We're not worried about cogs or how much something costs or something like that. I just want to make the very best product at a very best price and make it simple and easy for people to get it and then to share it.
That's one of the things that I really do admire about you. And I know I'm not trying to blow up your head, but really, when you're talking about creating a quality product and seeing what would work. Now, on a side note, when you're talking about having the motivation to create such a great product, I think people may not understand, and maybe I hope this is a good question, but you being having that sniper effect, testing thousands and thousands of people, did that, of course, help you like how to know how to formulate what kind of ingredients to put in there, the cleanliness of the product, did that help you choose the things that you're using now?
Absolutely. That, and really get an opportunity to see the what we call the puppet strings. And
Ah,
we grow up in a world where like, oh, this brand is amazing, this brand's amazing. And then you just visit the manufacturing plants and they're like, wait a second, you know what I mean? The Oz is not this big powerful thing, it's this little mousy guy, so and then you're like, okay, well, what's real and what's not? And then when they don't make it right, why don't they? And the one when people do make it right, how does it never make it to market, and what are they missing? Because you got to be able to communicate things, you got to be able to like a third grader's got to understand it. Really, a kindergartner's got to understand what it is and why they're taking it. And the toughest thing is to make sure in your line, if not the product, the primary product has to be an impact product. Impact product is something that's affordable, that you'll notice when you take it. Like, most of us, you and I, have taken so many different nutritional things. Even if something's great and we go, oh, my lab tests are off here, I'm going to take this product, it's going to make that right. You don't always feel that. But to have a product that you feel when you take it, and more importantly, you definitely feel when you run out, that your body's different and not working it the same way, whether it's mental clarity, energy, achiness, whatever the thing is, besides having the science behind to show what it does. And so I was able to do that by really disrupting the space of molecular hydrogen, for 75 years, the Asian and Japanese cultures made it really famous, travel around the world, found these caves where like hydrogen was released, and they figured out, how do I create this hydrogen gas? And then they created these machines that create hydrogen gas, but they're very expensive. Wow. You only saw them in hospitals. You see all these studies about it for every known disease that affects man, that is changing from like a hydrogen. So then came hydrogen water. And so really it was just alkaline water, but people saw that, hey, wait a second. That's not true. It's alkaline water. When you put the water through electrolysis, it releases molecular hydrogen nanobubbles, but it dissipates really quick because the law of chemistry is that water's got to get back to 7.0 yesterday. So people go, look, my water has 8 parts per million of hydrogen in it, but that disappears right away. And you don't know it because they're measuring it at a moment in time. But the ignorant consumer doesn't know. And so this is still good. Listen, I love all these things. At the clinic, we have hydrogen gas machines. We have hydrogen water machines. We have it all because it still works. But then I saw, well, people were making these tablets, and these tablets you can dissolve in water. Some were really not so, they were nasty. They smelled like sulfur. Others just made the water taste bad. And it also dissipated really quick. So that's what we started with again in 2011. And really quickly we were able to figure out how to actually get it where you don't need water. Now, water's great. You want water, but you are water. So you're your best container. So figure out if we can actually put it in your mouth and get it to react inside your mouth with your saliva right away. And molecular hydrogen nanobubbles go right inside a mitochondria, your cells, across the blood-brain barrier, the gut barrier. They will go everywhere. Different than your bigger molecules, your resveratrol, your turmeric, all your NAD things. It's too big a molecule. It doesn't get it unless it's in a gaseous form. I know that like liposomal forms are better, but they're still not it. Nothing gets there quicker than a gas. Plus, hydrogen's number one on the periodic table. There's only one number one. It's the most abundant molecule in the universe. There's a reason God made it that way. Mm-hmm. So it's there as the sweeper. It's there as a smart molecule. It's there as a selective antioxidant to make sure that the forest fire gets put out, but your pilot light stays lit. So it's really a smart molecule, and we're only awakening what it can do. What we've done at Cohn Nutrition is now we have it in the most fun form in a little sachet called H₂Blast. Looks like this, the bag, and there's a little sachet. You tear it off, you hit it. It tastes like whatever generation you come from, like a pixie stick if you're older. If you're a little younger, maybe it tastes like Fun Dip. And if you're a kid, nowadays apparently it tastes like Nerds. So, but there's no sugar in it, and nothing activates faster than your saliva. It's the first part of digestion, as you know. That's why we always Grandma said, chew your food 15 times. And then when it hits your gut, it goes everywhere. So it is that impact product, and it's really, pH is the potential of hydrogen. So, and we all know that if we can fast track somebody when they have a health challenge to a highly alkaline state, we can course correct whatever's going on, regardless of what's going on. So whether we do it with like green products, we do it with alkaline minerals, goal is to get somebody there. And it was really designed to the whole Cohn Nutrition to go after the four big things that are affecting human health, the ones we cannot necessarily claim. However, serendipitously works on the four reasons that people go to yours and mine office. Number one is pain that won't go away. Number two is fatigue, or I'm tired, right? I used to have more energy, now I'm tired. Number three is I can't sleep. I can't get to sleep or stay asleep. Sleep's the number one form of torture in the world. It's how you get the enemy to talk. Your body doesn't heal if you're not sleeping. And the last thing is, hey, maybe not you, but the rest of us, I used to be lean, now I'm fat, right? So people's metabolism gets blown out from their microplastics, from all their endocrine disruptors, from the stress in their life, from the car accident that threw off their thyroid, whatever it is, or the combination there of those things are, and their body no longer has a metabolism anymore. And so we find that these core products that we're launching with Cohn Nutrition, starting with that, and then our alkaline minerals to get people to sleep. We call it reset. Reset is just going to bed. Really takes things to a new level for people, and we're really hitting the things. And then we pepper it with the products we know and love that we've used for the sniper type. I might need this Mirinda from our friends at Supreme. I might need this product over here, this nitric oxide thing from our friends over there. I might need some energetic thing that's, I might be our accelerated friends. Whatever the thing is that we need at that moment, at that time, we have in our arsenal. But those are like special teams in football, and they're the specific weapon we need. But again, there's the basic ammunition, and that's the goal. And at the end of the day, Cohn Nutrition, carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, just coincidentally is my last name. And they are the four elements of all living things. So it was inevitable that Cohn Nutrition was going to be a thing.
Oh, I'm telling you, like that's one thing that I see, like the motivation behind you starting this company. And one thing I want everybody out there to know as well is that when you have those core products like you're talking about, that's one thing I'm really impressed with. So everybody listening, if you like he's talking about the hydrogen and the core things like the reset, it's a great analogy, Doc, about the special teams and the core things that you need. And you can only build on the cores, and that's what you got. And I'm telling you what, I'm excited about this. I know that your product tastes delicious when I taste it. I mean, it is very delicious, everybody out there. But as with all of that being great about how it tastes, how it looks, truly, you've brought a product in and products that goes into those core pieces that are needed, and then you add on if needed. I just want everybody out there to listen to this and to try these products and to follow Dr. Cohn. I know people know you, Doc, but how can they get a hold of the Cohn Nutrition? Where can they go to take a look at it?
Probably the best place is a website, cohnnutrition.com, COHN nutrition.com. You'll find your way there also through the Cohn Health Institute website or the BioStacking Summit, which we were talking about, and on which you have been a great contributor to as well. But cohnnutrition.com. You can follow us on social media. Please do that at Cohn Nutrition. And we got some great stuff in the hopper that's going to be coming out in this last quarter of this year, and some more in January of next year. These are things that I've worked on and through for the last 2 decades, and now we are taking them to the next level.
Oh, okay. So we got to do another podcast about that. We got to do something to talk about it. You're always on the cutting edge, and that's one thing I appreciate about you, Doc. Everybody out there, you're always on the cutting edge. You're always out there investigating and looking for it. So everybody out there, please look into this. Get you Cohn Nutrition. Doc, thanks so much for joining me on this interview. We really appreciate you.
Thank you, my friend. Godspeed, and keep crushing it out there.
You too, friend.